Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to my channel English with Shelley. In this video we are going to start a new book, that is Oxford International Primary English Student Book, second edition for grade 3, Pakistan edition. So let's start with chapter number 1, Home and School. So this chapter is about home and school, and you can also see the pictures, and in those pictures children are going to school. There is also a saying on the side of this page: he who asks a question is a fool for a minute. He who does not remain a fool forever. Chinese proverb. So this is a Chinese proverb, and it means that if you ask a question, you might feel foolish for a short moment. But if you stay silent and never ask, you will stay ignorant forever. So in simple words, if you ask question, it can help you to learn and understand different things. You might feel shy or embarrassed to ask, but that feeling is lasted for a short moment. You think that what people thinks, people laugh at you if you ask a question. But if you ask a question, then you can understand the every concept. And if you do not ask a question, it means you never learn and you never understand, and you stay ignorant forever. So never be afraid to ask question. Always ask question. If you cannot understand any concept, always ask question from the teacher and from any person and from your parents, and learn the new things and learn the concepts. Learning is more important than worrying about looking foolish. That learning is important than thinking about that how people think about you and how people laugh at you. So don't worry about that thing. Just ask a question and learn and understand different concept. There is a talk time on this page. Question number 1. What do you think is happening in these pictures? So in these pictures, children are going to school. How do you get to school? On foot, by bus, by car. So you can tell it by bus or by car. Now move to the next page, describing journeys to school. Exercise A. Read the words in the box and match them to the meaning below. So the words are cyclist, journey, and pedestrian. First one is a person who rides a bicycle. So that person is called a cyclist. Second one is a person who is walking along the road. So the person who is walking along the road, that person is called pedestrian. Third one is a trip from one place to another. So when we make a trip from one place to another, that trip is called journey. Exercise B. Copy the sentences below. Choose a word from the box to fill each gap. So you have to use those words correctly in those filling the blanks. Each morning the school bus stops in my village. I am often late and have to run to catch it. The driver always waits for me. So this is the correct order of those words. Exercise C. With a partner, talk about your journey to school. How are they similar? How are they different? So you have to do it in your class with your friend. Now move to the next page, stories with familiar settings. There is a glossary on the side of this page. First word is porridge. So porridge means food made by boiling oatmeal to a thick paste. So there is a oatmeal beans or oatmeal. You can boil that in a water in a milk and then make a soup. That soup is called porridge. उर्दू में हम दलिया कहते हैं. Next word is shrugs. Lift and drop shoulder. So shrugs mean कंधे उचकाना. When you deny something, when you have in doubt, you move your shoulders. That action is called shrugs. Next word is satchel. Bag you wear for carrying school books. So school bag is called satchel. Snatches. Snatches का मतलब होता है खींचना. Grab something quickly. कोई भी चीज जो है वो जल्दी से खींचने को हम क्या कहते हैं? Snatches. Next word is weave. Weave mean make something by crossing strips over and under each other. So कपड़ा बुनने को हम कहते हैं weave. बुनना जिसे कहते हैं कि आप जो धागे की एक तार होती है उसको और दूसरी तार को और डिफरेंट तार्स को जो है वो आप एक दूसरे के ऊपर नीचे करके तो आप जो है वो कपड़ा बुनते हैं. उस काम को हम वीव कहते हैं. So now start the reading. This story is about a boy called Abdullah who lives in a village in Malaysia. Abdullah catches butterfly and sells them. He uses the money to buy special porridge for his grandfather. So this story is about Abdullah who live in a village, and that village is in Malaysia, and Abdullah love to do catch butterfly and then sell them, and the money he takes by selling the butterfly, he uses that money to buy porridge for his grandfather. Then Abdullah's morning. So अब हम अब्दुल्ला की मॉर्निंग रूटीन के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. Each day as Abdullah sets off for school, he shrugs into the straps of his satchel and snatches up his butterfly net from beside the door. So every morning when Abdullah is leaving home to go to school, he put his school bag on his shoulder. The phrase shrugs into the straps means he quickly slips his arm through the straps, as people often do when they are putting their bag on the back. So he also do that, and then he quickly pick up his butterfly catching net that is kept near the door. So every morning when Abdullah leaves for school, he put on his school bag and grabs his butterfly net before going out. It shows that his daily routine and maybe his love for catching butterfly on the way to school. Then his mother puts in papaya and banana and flat pancakes for his lunch. She smooths his hair and tells him to study hard and listen to the teacher because she wants him to do better than weave basket and catch butterfly for the rest of his life. So his mother packed his lunch with papaya, banana and flat pancakes, and she also fixed his hair, and she also tells him to study hard and obey his teacher because she has big dreams for him. She wants him to have better future, not just spend his life doing simple or low paying jobs like waving basket or catching butterfly. So this shows that mother love and hope for her child. Then but grandfather reach for his hand as he is going out the door and whisper in his ear. So as Abdullah is about to leave the house, his grandfather hold his hand and whisper something softly to him before he goes. And this moment shows the closeness between Abdullah and his grandfather. Then catch me a butterfly today, Abdullah. A big green butterfly if you can. So Abdullah's grandfather is asking him to catch a butterfly for him that day, especially a big green one if possible. So this line shows the special bond between Abdullah and grandfather, and Abdullah mother wants him to focus on school and studying, but on the other hand grandfather values the beauty of nature and simple joy like catching butterfly. Then and Abdullah knows that grandfather is hungry for the porridge that he likes so much because his teeth are all gone. So Abdullah understands that his grandfather is hungry and want to eat porridge, which is his favorite food. Why porridge is favorite food of Abdullah's grandfather? Because he has no teeth. He has no teeth left to chew solid food. That's why he loved to eat porridge. This line shows that Abdullah's care and understanding for his grandfather. He notices his grandfather needs and feel empathy for him. And it also shows that the family may be poor or old-fashioned, but they care for one another deeply. Now move to the next page. And there is a glossary on the side of this page, and there is also only one word in the glossary, swerved. Swerved means turn or change direction suddenly. So when a bus move on a road and that bus take a turn quickly, that is called swerve. Now start the reading. Abdullah rode down early to the town as usual in rattly old yellow school bus with the tall black writing on its side. Sikola, it says school. So every morning Abdullah travels early to the town on an old noisy yellow school bus. Here the words rattly means a kind of unpleasant sound that is produced from old buses. So Abdullah traveled early to the town on an old noisy yellow school bus. On the side of that bus there is a big black writing that says Sikola, which means school. So here the writer translates it to English for us that the word Sikola means school. So this line paint a vivid picture of Abdullah's daily life, his regular routine of going to school in a modest old bus, and the detail about Sikola also shows local culture or setting like in Malaysia or Indonesia where the word is used. So this word is used in Malaysia and Indonesia. Then as the bus bumped and swerved down the mountain, Abdullah kept watch out of the window, twirling his net gently in his hands, hoping to be lucky enough to see a large, bright butterfly. So, the school bus is moving down a mountain road, shaking and turning from side to side, and Abdullah is kept looking out of the window, and he slowly spinning or moving his butterfly net in his hand, and he wished he could see a butterfly, beautiful butterfly, maybe to catch it for his grandfather. So this line shows that Abdullah's curiosity, patience, and love for butterflies. Even though he is on his way to school, he is dreaming and hoping to find something beautiful in nature, and this shows a mix of childlike wonder and affection for his grandfather's request. Then Abdullah studied hard as his mother told him. He studied maths and English and faraway countries. He wrote carefully in his books and listened to Mr. Jinyun, but all the while he kept one eye watching out the window for a butterfly for grandfather. So Abdullah worked hard in school just like his mother advised him. He learned subjects like math, English, and faraway countries is the subject there. This subject is like geography. So he learned that subject. He wrote neatly in his books and paid attention to his teacher, Mr. Jinyun. But even while studying, he kept looking out the window and hoping to see a butterfly to catch for his grandfather. This shows that Abdullah love and loyalty to both his mother and grandfather. He followed his mother wish to study hard and do well in school. On the other side, he also remembered his grandfather's request for a butterfly. So this story shows a boy love and obedience to his mother, hope for education, and his grandfather love for simple joys, reflecting the balance between duty and affection, modern learning and old wisdom. Now move to the next page. Comprehension. Exercise A. Follow the story on page 12 and 13 as it is read to you. Then answer the questions. Question number 1. What two types of fruit does Abdullah's mother give him for lunch? So the answer is papaya and banana. Second question is find two words that describe the school bus. The two words are rattly and old. Question number 3. What does Abdullah's mother want him to do at school? So the answer is she wants him to study hard and listen to the teacher so he can have a better life than waving basket and catching butterflies. Question number 4. What does Abdullah's grandfather want him to catch? Why? Abdullah के grandfather क्या चाहते थे कि वो क्या चीज पकड़ कर लाए और क्यों चाहते थे? So the answer is he wants Abdullah to catch a big green butterfly because he loves butterflies and enjoy the simple beauty of nature. It also shows his affection and bond with Abdullah. There is also another question on the page. Look at the map on page 15 and find Malaysia. Can you find where you live? With a partner, talk about the places you could visit on your journey from your home to Malaysia. Use an atlas or map to help you. So, पेज नंबर 15 पे आपको एक मैप दिया गया है, उसमें आप मलेशिया का कंट्री जो है आपने फाइंड आउट करना है और फिर जो है वो आपने पार्टनर के साथ जो है वो आपने मिल के जो है ये क्लास में एक्टिविटी करनी है. नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पेज. एक्सरसाइज बी. What do you think? Question number 1. Describe the road that leads from Abdullah's village down to the town. So, the road, आपने अब उस रोड का बताना है जो कि अब्दुल्ला के विलेज से नीचे down to the टाउन की तरफ जाती है. So, the road is mountainous and bumpy. The school bus bumps and swerves as it goes down, showing that the path is rough and curvy. Question number 2. Do you think Abdullah is well behaved? Why? आपके ख्याल में जो है वो अब्दुल्ला well behaved एक बच्चा है और क्यों? Yes, Abdullah is well behaved. He listened to his mother, studies hard and pay attention in class. Even though he loves catching butterfly, he still does what his mother and teacher expect of him. Question number 3. Why do you think Abdullah's mother tells him to study hard? आपको क्या लगता है कि अब्दुल्ला की माँ क्यों चाहती थी कि वो अच्छे तरीके से पढ़े? So the answer is she tells him to study hard because she wants him to have a better future, not to spend his life doing simple and hard work like waving basket and catching butterfly. She hopes education will help him succeed and improve his life. Exercise C. What about you? Question number 1. Talk with a partner about why going to school is important. School जाना क्यों important है? So going to school is important because it helps us learn new things, develop skills and build a better future. It also teaches us discipline, teamwork and responsibility which help us become good and successful people in life. Now move to the next page. Stories with familiar settings. Continued. So there is a glossary on the side of this page. First word is aisle. Space between rows of seats. So if you see a bus, you see that there are seats on the right and the left side in the bus and there is a space between them. That space is called aisles. Next word is frond. Frond means long leaf. किसी भी plant के या किसी भी flower के बड़े पत्तों को हम क्या कहते हैं? Frond. Next word is trance. Dreamy, semi-conscious state. तो ऐसी स्टेट जिसमें आप जो हैं वो हैरान रह जाएं या फिर आप कुछ देर के लिए साकित हो जाएं, उस स्टेट को हम क्या कहते हैं? ट्रांस। नाउ स्टार्ट द रीडिंग। On his way home from school, Abdullah is looking out of the window of the bus. He sees a beautiful butterfly and decides to get off the bus. So while Abdullah is going back home from school, he looks out the bus and spots a beautiful butterfly, and he becomes so excited that he decides to get off the bus to try to catch it. So this shows Abdullah's excitement and love for nature and affection for his grandfather, the butterfly. So now from here you can read the description of butterfly. Abdullah leapt out of his seat. He grabbed up his bag and butterfly net and stumbled down the aisles. Leapt out means jumped. Abdullah jumped from his seat. The word stumble down means almost gonna fall. So he is almost going to fall. So when Abdullah saw the butterfly from the bus, he quickly jumped off from his seat, picked up his school bag and butterfly net, and hurried to the bus door. Wait, he said urgently, let me off. Then he asked the driver to stop so he could get off. You sure? Asked the driver. It's still a mighty long walk home up the mountain. But Abdullah nodded. He wanted to get off now. So the driver warned him that it was a long way home, but Abdullah didn't care and he nodded and he got off and he really wanted to follow the butterfly. He waved to his friends hanging out the windows and ran back down the road to where he had seen the butterfly. So he says goodbye and rushed toward where he saw the butterfly. Then, like a miracle, it was still there, rocking gently on a fern frond. So it means that it was almost unbelievable or magical that the butterfly was still there and the butterfly was resting lightly on a fern leaves. He held his breath in wonder and excitement. So he was so amazed and excited that he stopped breathing for a moment because this was the largest, most perfect butterfly of its kind he had ever seen. So the butterfly was so incredible, beautiful, and big, colorful, and flawless that he ever caught before. So this shows that Abdullah's deep admiration for nature, his dream coming true, finding the perfect butterfly for his grandfather, and the phrase like a miracle express how special and magical this moment feels to him. Abdullah stared almost in a trance, as with an upward sweep of its brilliant wings. Sweep means clean and beautiful and amazing wings. The butterfly launched itself off the plant and into flight. He looked at the butterfly without moving or blinking. The butterfly moved its bright, colorful wings upward in one graceful movement. The butterfly launched itself off the plant and into flight. Then the butterfly lifted off the plant and began to fly into the air. So this moment shows Abdullah wonder and admiration for butterfly beauty and freedom. And Abdullah was completely enchanted as the beautiful butterfly spreads its wings and flies away, leaving him amazed and full of wonder. So here the stories end, and this story is about Abdullah, a kind and curious boy who loves his grandfather and obeys his mother. While his mother wants him to study hard for a better future, his grandfather asks him to catch a butterfly, showing the simple joys of life. Abdullah tries to please them both and is studying well but still dreaming of catching a beautiful butterfly. So this story shows love, family care, and the balance between duty and dreams. Now move to the next page, comprehension. Exercise A. Which three sentences below are true? The butterfly was very small. So this is a false statement. It was very large. Second statement is the butterfly landed on a fern. This is true. Abdullah was amazed and excited. It's also true. Abdullah wanted to catch the butterfly. True. So the sentence 2, 3 and 4 is correct. Exercise B. What do you think? Question number 1. Why did Abdullah want to get off the bus? Abdullah bus से क्यों उतरना चाहता था? So the answer is he wanted to get off the bus because he saw a beautiful butterfly outside and wanted to catch it for his grandfather. उसने जो है वो बाहर एक खूबसूरत जो है वो बटरफ्लाई देख ली थी और वो चाहता था कि वो उस बटरफ्लाई को पकड़कर अपने ग्रैंडफादर के लिए लेके जाए. Question number 2. Find words that describe the butterfly. Can you think of any others? So आपने जो है वो पहले आपने वो वर्ड्स बताने जो कि स्टोरी में यूज़ किए गए हैं बटरफ्लाई के लिए और फिर आपने कुछ और वर्ड्स बताने जो कि आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं बटरफ्लाई के लिए. So the answer is from the story the words are large, bright, brilliant, perfect. And the other words are colorful, graceful, shining, beautiful. Question number 3. How do you think Abdullah felt when the butterfly flew into the air? आप क्या सोचते हैं कि अब्दुल्ला को कैसा फील हुआ होगा जब बटरफ्लाई जो है वो उड़ गई थी? So the answer is he probably felt amazed and full of wonder, but also a little sad or disappointed because the butterfly flew away before he could catch it. So फर्स्टली जब उसने बटरफ्लाई को देखा था तो बहुत ज़्यादा अमेज्ड हुआ होगा, लेकिन बाद में जो है वो उससे सैड भी फील हुआ होगा क्योंकि वो बटरफ्लाई उसने अपने ग्रैंडफादर के लिए कैच करके लेके जानी थी, लेकिन वो उसे कैच नहीं कर सका था. एक्सरसाइज सी. व्हाट अबाउट यू? क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. व्हाट डू यू थिंक अब्दुल्ला डिड नेक्स्ट? आप क्या समझते हैं कि बटरफ्लाई के उड़ जाने के बाद अब्दुल्ला ने क्या किया होगा? सो ही माइट हैव वॉच्ड द बटरफ्लाई फ्लाई अवे, देन स्लोली वॉक्ड होम, thinking about how beautiful it was and how happy his grandfather would have been to see it. So उसने जो है बटरफ्लाई को दूर उड़ते हुए जाते हुए देखा होगा, फिर जो है वो घर चला गया होगा और ये सोचता रहा होगा कि अगर मैं वो बटरफ्लाई कैच करके अपने ग्रैंडफादर को दिखाता तो वो कितना खुश होते. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. व्हाट वुड यू हैव डन? अगर आप वहाँ होते तो आप क्या करते? So I would have watched the butterfly carefully and maybe tried to take a picture of it instead of catching it so I could remember the moment. Stretch zone. Think of the something exciting you have seen on a journey. Write 3 sentences describing what you saw and how you felt. So अगर आप किसी जर्नी पे गए हैं तो आपने कौन सी चीज़ जो है वो एक्साइटिंग चीज़ देखी है और उसके बारे में आपने 3 sentences लिखने हैं. What you saw कि आपने क्या चीज़ देखी, and how you felt और आपने कैसा महसूस किया. So here is the answer. So here the comprehension part of this chapter is completed, and in next video I will cover the grammar part of the chapter. If you like this video, so like it, share it and subscribe my channel. Allah Hafiz.